Hey guys, I am back. I will actually be combining War 8 and 9 into this video, and I'll be doing a combo video in the next one too. I've had a couple of shorter wars. In this first one here, I am first on path 7, and I'm back up in section 2, so this is a really light war for me. This is Peni on Vivified here on path 7, and that happened, which was so annoying. I'm so paranoid about disconnects. I literally restart my phone, reset my internet, do every possible measure that I can before going into war fights to avoid this happening. So the fact that it did was really annoying. But yeah, Peni here on Vivified. I took this fight a few wars ago. And I had mentioned in that video that I should have thrown the special 2 right when I got it, like right here. And yeah, that's what I should have done, and it was really easy. This time around too, didn't need to worry about her shield, didn't need to worry about anything. She just went down really easy. And then my next fight here is a Sersi on node 48 on Boss Island. And I took this node a few wars ago. There was a Black Panther Civil War on it that I had some trouble with, and I fortunately made my way out of it alive. But this is a tricky node for Tigra, at least for me. I know that there's people out there that can do it, but Sersi is tough here because of her glancing buffs, her transmutation buffs, which at the time of this video, Tigra was not shutting down with Neutralize. So she has a lot of opportunities to put a falter on you. And if your timing is off, even for 1 second at the beginning of the fight, you're kind of screwed. So that's my current situation here. She glanced this entire special 2. I should have just built up to special 3 at that point. But yeah, I'm just kind of trying to figure out what my next move is going to be. What I should have done is I should have built up to special 3. I was so thrown off by the number of times I got a falter on me, and the fact that I just, no matter what I did, was throwing heavies and specials at the wrong time, that, yeah, it was just a disaster. So I did not clean this fight up, someone else did, and I am going to now be moving on to the boss. And going into this fight, my confidence was obviously kind of shot from that last fight, but I am so comfortable fighting Skrull now with Tigra. I had a strategy in mind. I had an exit strategy for dealing with his falters, and I pretty much had a plan for every scenario in which this fight could go wrong. But as you can see, it's way easier than what I planned for. His falter does come up here in a second after I throw this special 2. And in order to counter the falter, instead of trying to make the fight longer than it needed to be and baiting a special 1 from him, I just went ahead and waited and threw the special 1 right when the falter came up so that I didn't have to dance around at all. And also I knew that even though that first part of my special 1 would miss, that the rest of it would connect because the falter timer is not very long. So it's frustrating because I have died every time I have faced HC Magneto. So good job to you guys, I guess. You always get a death out of me. I thought the disconnect would cover it at the beginning, but unfortunately it did not. But moving on here to war number 9. I have Angela this war. She hasn't made an appearance in a few videos, so fighting Void is so unforgiving, and I'm going to make a huge mistake right here. I threw that stupid 20th hit right before the debuff got placed on me. I should have waited it out. I don't know why I was so hasty, but yeah, now I am racing because my health is ticking down. I'm racing to get back on track with properly counting the hits. And yeah, I mean, he's about to die, so it's okay, but I have 0 room for error at this point, and I am just trying to finish it out. It's an unnecessarily expensive fight, but that's what happens sometimes. At least I didn't die. And then here I have a Warlock on Fates of Indestructible 1, which I said before, I hate this node. It's so unnecessary. It just makes fights so much longer than they need to be. But basically all I'm doing here is I'm just watching for him to go into unstoppable armor. And watching that timer, I will be armor breaking him when I throw my specials, so he'll have the ability to get his armor back on his own, so I just want to watch for that as well. The other nice thing about using Angela here is the fact that infection lasts like a split second because of all of her buffs. Almost got caught by Unstoppable there. Of course, when he's at 1%. But yeah, he's down, not too bad. And then I will be moving on to Path 8 in Section 2. Oh, after I take this Heimdall. So I took a Heimdall boss a few wars ago with Tigra. This is going to be just like the baby version of that fight, of course, with Hazard Shift. So yeah, pretty straightforward. Okay, so now I am heading to Path 8. I have not taken Path 8 in ages, it feels like, but this is my first time taking it since they added the enhanced Rich Get Richer nodes, but I do have Odin pre-fights, so I am going to have more buffs at all times than Storm here. And actually, I was not ready for the amount of power gain I was going to have. As you can see, my power is just going up so fast. I'm being overly cautious, so I'm just not punishing her special ones, but there you go. I'm already just, my power is flying up. I was really caught off guard by it, but I'm getting my rhythm at this point in the fight. And normally I would not opt to be throwing special twos, but because my power is coming in so fast, I'm just kind of rolling with it. And then coming up next is a Venom, also on a new variation of Rich Get Richer. I think it's a new variation of it. I think it might be the Fury one. No, it's still Power. But yeah, I at least knew this time what to expect with my power gain. And really annoying, I got a phone call while my phone was on D&D. I guess something changed on the new settings. I had to go back in and turn that ability off. So this fight is going to cut off in just a second, but overall it was really straightforward with Angela, and I of course still have more buffs where the recording went, so I didn't have to worry about anything with him there. And then my last fight of this war, I have a Moleman on Hazard Shift, again with Angela, which I went into this fight thinking, okay, easy enough, no big deal, but as I'm going through the fight, I started noticing that there were some things that were going to make it a little more difficult, I think, than I was expecting it to be. So first of all, like, I couldn't do the parry, even though he's stun immune anyway, but he was automatically going to get masked because he's immune. I didn't think about that at first. And then every time I throw my specials, he is going to automatically convert those into mass. which is fine. I mentioned in my last video that I have had like this really annoying muscle memory like tick where I keep going to hit into his block when I shouldn't, and I'm going to do that here in a second. But so far so good. It's just taking a little bit longer than I would like for it to, but nothing is necessarily going wrong, at least at this particular moment. So there he goes into frenzy. His special 2 is going to be unblockable. Special 1 is not, but I'm still just going to do my best to stay away from it. And obviously hitting into his block is a no-no, and there, I don't know what I was doing. But fortunately I just shrugged all of those bleeds right away, and then I don't know, I had a block miss, or maybe it was me, not sure, but this fight went from fine to sketchy really fast, and so now I'm just trying to stay alive. And for a second here, I forgot that I do have suicides on, so I'm about to throw a special, which, I mean, at this point, I know that my health bar isn't looking great, but I know that I can still get him down. And then I realized that, oh no, I went from 10% to 5%. Things just got a little bit scarier. I do have my regen going, so I at least have that going for me. But yeah, that was scary, and I was kind of reckless, so not a very good performance, but I didn't die, so that's all that matters. And yeah, that'll wrap it up for Wars 8 and 9. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.